Hello guys, welcome back to another PCs and EVs episode. In today's video, we're at the National Drive Electric Week event up here in Concord, New Hampshire. I'm going to give you guys a rundown of all the vehicles that have showed up, and we'll show some of them off. So starting first, of course, we've got my Genesis GV60 Performance. We've got an EV6 Wind all-wheel drive, an Ioniq 5 SE all-wheel drive, a Nissan Leaf 2023 actually. I don't know exactly the trim. We've got a Lucid Air Grand Touring. We've got a F150 Lightning Lariat, plug-in hybrid Prius Prime, plug-in hybrid RAV4 Prime. We've got a Zero bike. We've got a Mazda RX-8 electric conversion, an F150 Lightning Pro right there, a Chevy Bolt plug-in hybrid, a Tesla Model 3, Tesla Roadster Gen 1. We've got a Bolt EV, another Bolt EV, another Zero bike, a Prius hybrid, and we've got another Bolt EV here on the end. So we're probably going to end up taking a little bit closer of a look at the Lucid, the F150 Lightning Pro, the Nissan Leaf, and EV6 Ioniq 5. Obviously, we're going to look at our GV60 that you guys have seen before, and probably look at some of the older Bolts as well. So interesting to see, this is the Ioniq 5 SE. It's got the cloth interior, still the same screen setup. Yeah, the car looks nice. It's basically the same as our Ioniq 5 we had before. Same EGMP platform. This is a Ioniq 5 SE all-wheel drive, so same roughly 260-ish miles of EPA estimated range. It actually has the 19-inch flower wheels, and car's a great car. I loved having it. I would recommend you guys go out and get any one of the EGMP cars. They are amazing. And then we've got a Lucid Air Grand Touring with a massive frunk. It does appear to have the black interior, which, gotta say, I am so much more a fan of than that light that we saw at the showcase. It's still in that ruby-ish color. And then we, of course, get to see the giant rear trunk on it again. This is such a great car. Runs a 900-volt architecture, so it can do around 300 and something kilowatt peak charging, 290 I think. But it's a crazy fast, really nice luxury vehicle, and it just looks so good. And then over here we've got an all-black EV6 Wind. I'm just going to take a look inside real quick. Oh, that side appears to be locked. It's got a nice, relatively large, about the same size as the GV60 trunk. I will say, compared to Ioniq 5, it definitely is a little bit smaller. Those headrests are definitely different. It seems like a nice car. It's basically the same thing, same platform as Ioniq 5 GV60, but definitely more driver focused, as you guys can see. If we come around here and take a look, you can definitely see that the okay, so it's got the black perforated leather seats and the center console and everything is definitely way more driver focused than the Ioniq 5 was. The screen is at a pretty significant curve towards the driver as well. And then over here we have a Mazda RX-8 that's got a Pacifica hybrid battery. It's a 16 kilowatt hour battery pack, and then in the rear they have the J1772 plug to charge it up. And then if you actually look down here, you can see that is a Nissan Leaf motor. You can also see underneath they've got a decent amount of stuff. And this is Inductive Autos. They appear to be an EV conversion company. And I will say they did appear to do a pretty great job with that conversion, guys. Over here we've got the F150 Lightning Pro. So it does still have the Pro Power onboard. I believe that's going to be standard across all of them. You've got your J1772 plug as well as your DC fast pins. You've got the vinyl seats. Obviously, you've still got the head unit and everything. It is a smaller display than you'd find on the Lariat, which we'll go take a look at in a second. Obviously, you don't have a bed liner in this by default. And you still do have the Pro Power on board down in the corner. It has a relatively normal rear headlight setup as well as front headlights. I like the rims. They're pretty understated. This just looks like a truck. It's quite nice. Gotta say, getting a better look at it, this vinyl's not bad, and the small screen still looks great. So we're pulling 680 watts out of the front plug at the moment, charging this zero electric bike. Honestly, this would probably be the spec I go with. Bare bones, nothing too fancy, but still has all the power. And then over here we have the F150 Lightning Lariat. This is the extended range. You can see the difference on the display inside. It's got the rotary knob like out of the Mach-E. Instead of being like the smaller head unit as we just saw, this unit is equipped with Blue Cruise, which is Ford's hands-free driving system. This one's got 2,700 miles on it, and it's currently at about 70, anywhere from 80 to 90% state of charge, and it's got 238 miles of range estimated remaining. Does have the nice panoramic sunroof. It's got a bed liner in there. Looks to be spray-in bed liner. And then it's got the Pro Power on board as well. This thing also has the rear light bar as well as the front one. We can't see the front one currently. It has different rims than the other vehicle. Can't see the light. Actually, you guys can see the light bar when I hold the phone up. You guys can see the light bar on it. But we are using the Pro Power out of the frunk on this device, on this vehicle, to power a speaker. Will say the seats seem to be a bit more comfortable, but not sure I'd pay the extra for that. The dream spec appears to be a base model F150 Lightning Pro with the vinyl seats, because you can do all of the other stuff to it for significantly cheaper. You can't find a Tesla Model 3 without curved wheels. Obviously it's a Model 3, you guys know. You guys all know what these look like. It's got decent storage. Actually, it's got quite a lot of storage back here in the rear. Got that giant center screen. It's a Tesla. I'm kind of torn on it. I don't like the minimalist design of the interior, but it's got its perks. It's got a decent sized trunk, unlike our GV60, and it's got a really big trunk, which I do like. Now over here we do have a first generation Tesla Roadster. This thing looks sweet. It's in a gloss black. Obviously it's a Lotus Elise body with all the Tesla stuff thrown in. Some things I've read online say that only about 5% of the Lotus Elise parts are still actually present in this vehicle. It is mostly just pure Tesla. It's the car that started it all. One of the first mainstream electric vehicles. If not for this one wouldn't even exist. And then we've got two older Chevy Bolt EV vehicles. Both of them have the lighter interior. I do like this copper color. It's got the extremely light interior, and then this one has a bit darker of an interior. Still looks great. I will say they do appear to have changed the shifter since they had this style when they did the refresh in 2022 for the 2022 model year. Still has a decent trunk and everything. Gotta say, still seem to be the go-to. In all honesty, if not for charging, these would be the perfect electric vehicles. And if you're just city driving, these are the perfect vehicle for you. And over here we have yet another Bolt EV and another Volt plug-in hybrid. Those have been extremely popular. I'm surprised they discontinued it as early as they did. And then we've got the Bolt EV, Chevy Bolt. People over here I think they have a sense of humor. Yeah. All right, guys, just had a lot of fun talking with some people about everything EV trucks, EV cars, and I think we're gonna wrap up this video here. But make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna be doing another event today. You'll see that video as well coming soon.